Have you ever struggled trying to find yourself or find your purpose in life? I'm gonna lay out for you step by step what you may be missing all along. In this video, learn how to find yourself and your purpose in life. There's a big search that you and I and others are going through, and that's really to find our purpose in life. But why are there so many people struggling with finding themselves and their purpose? Like, what's blocking the way? What's really in the way of us figuring this out? Now, I've got 6 ideas for you here of what you can do to clear the space so that this can be discovered. And over literally the last 15 years of mentoring people one-on-one and in large groups, I have found a common thread amongst people who are confused or lost in this area. And I want to share those 6 ideas with you. Because what if you did take action on these 6 ideas? What if you did this? Well, then the fog and the darkness would pull away and you would find your purpose. You know what would happen? You'd get moving. You'd feel some motivation. You'd make some progress, and wow, you actually would feel really, really good. Now, if you're not into feeling good and knowing your purpose, then this is not your video. But here we go. I'm going to give you the 6 insights of what it takes to be able to clear that space. First, what it takes. You got to clear some room, and seriously, you have to clear up your stuff. A person who has a bunch of messy stuff, garage, closet, all the things that are in those boxes in that one room in your house where it's all messy. If you got messy areas of your life, how can you think clearly about your purpose and really discovering who you are at that deep level? You can't. It really causes a lot of problems and delays when we leave our stuff messy. But where do you start, right? How do you start this? Well, to clean up your stuff, notice it's your stuff. First, you take some responsibility and accountability for your own shirts, pants, socks, your undies, your own things, your own books, your own part of the closet or the office, or your side of the bed. You clean up your stuff. And the more you start to respect and honor your things, you begin to find yourself. Tough to find yourself when the things you're managing are not put in a good order. So start cleaning up your stuff and start with your own personal stuff. Second, get rid of stuff. If we have too many things, if we have too much stuff, what happens is our mind has to manage all those things even when we're not around it. There's a little portion of our mind that's connected to each item that we call our own, or that we've kept, or we chose to keep it. But there literally is this little dose of energy that leaves our mind and goes out to hold that thing in its particular space. And so the more things you have, the more mind space is being occupied. So when you clean up your stuff and then get rid of some stuff, it opens up your mind. And when it opens up your mind, it opens up your eyes. So you can find yourself and find your purpose. But too much stuff is going to block your vision, block your ability to discover what this is. Number 3, people. You find your purpose and you find yourself through serving others. Because when you find your purpose, that purpose is going to be about helping other people. It always comes back to that. Now, let's say that you decided, well, my purpose in life is to be a veterinarian. Well, you're helping take care of other people's pets or animals, and that helps the people. If your purpose in life is to be a home builder, well, that home helps other people. No matter what you do in this life, it's going to benefit some other people. So how you find your purpose and find who you are, start being around people, more people. And there's lots of ways to do that. You get to decide what that looks like for yourself, but the more you engage with people, the sooner this will happen. Next is spending some time in nature. Nature has this ability to be able to help us feel calm and peaceful. And also, nature has no fakeness to it. Nature is natural. So when we spend time in nature and we see it as it is, the way the trees are, the way the mountains are, the way the river is, the way the stream and the lake and all the animals, they are what they are. There's no covering up. That's who they are. And so the more time we can spend in nature, which if you can spend at least 30 minutes just being in nature, 30 minutes a week, if you can be an hour out in nature. Now, I'm not saying you're out there fishing or hiking or camping. That's an activity. When I say be in nature, like you literally are just being in nature. You're sitting on a rock amongst trees for a half an hour, just to soak up being in nature. There's no hike, there's no camping, there's no fishing, there's no bike riding. There's none of that kind of stuff going on because those are distractions. But being in nature helps us get past our cover-ups, get past our front that we put up to show everybody else. I mean, we as people, we try to show up in front of other people a lot better than what we are in our natural state because we're worried that people are not going to love us for who we are. So we show up to people. And so when you get in nature, your natural side, your authentic side comes to the surface to help you find yourself, which then helps you find your purpose, which is going to be about people. It really is. Okay, number 5, your health and nutrition. You know how mom always said, eat your vegetables? It's true. You know how mom always said, go ride your bike instead of staying inside all day long. Moms are right. They're so smart. They're so smart. But moms are right. The more healthy we are and the more we focus on our nutrition, what happens is it helps our brain function better. So the better we take care of us, the better our brain functions. And that helps us find what we're looking for. So maybe it's time to pick up an apple, right? Or maybe it's time to eat something healthy. And maybe it's time to go for a walk. Get out of the house for a while and go help energize your body and take care of your body. When you take care of your body, you take care of your brain. And when you take care of your brain, you discover who you are and the purpose in which you are alive and what you're doing. Number 6 here is to write. I would suggest pulling out a pad of paper or opening up a document on your computer and just start with the sentence that says, "The purpose of my life is." And then just let all your crazy ideas come out of your head. And if you can't think of anything of what your purpose of life is, if you can't come up with anything, then what you do is you just write a make-believe story. Just pretend. You're not writing to find the answer, you're writing to be creative. And so when you type on your computer or write on your pad of paper and you write, the purpose of my life is, you get to make believe, pretend, come up with funny, crazy ideas. Maybe you want to be an ice cream truck driver where you can drive around neighborhoods and make all the kids happy. Whatever it is. But you playfully write what you think your purpose of life is. Because as you playfully write all these fun ideas, and maybe you saw a movie and you liked what that person did in the movie, and it's like, oh, I want to be able to do this, and I want to be able to do this. If you can open up your mind through writing, you can open up your creative side. And somewhere in that playful writing, one of those playful stories is going to cause a twinge on the inside. Just this little emotional spark. We as people, we tend to want to find the right answer at the right time and the right moment. But what if the purpose of your life is to be created? What if there's 1,000 options for you and all you have to do is pick? Maybe it's time to do number 6 and playfully write. And if you can playfully write and just keep it playful and just kind of brainstorm and make believe for a while, you might find that spark. because it's what I did. Years and years and years ago, now we're probably talking 17, 18 years ago, I had this crazy idea. I playfully said to my wife, you know, when I grow up, I want to be a motivational speaker. And I busted out laughing. I said, there's no way. I'm an introvert. I have nothing to teach. I don't know anything. I barely passed high school. I'll never be able to do that. But when I said that in a very playful way, there was this twinge that happened in the center of my chest. I was like, that's weird. And my wife noticed it. She's like, hey, I just saw your face. Something happened. I was like, no, I'm good. But I was being playful. I was not being serious. I was because I just watched somebody at this big seminar stand on stage for a couple days and I was like, well, I want to do that. I could do that. But there's no way I had the training, the education, blah, 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 blah. But I was being playful, but it opened up my mind. When we're playful, it taps into the child side of us. And the child side of us opens up creativity. I really believe the purpose of your life is to be found and created. But you get to step into that playful side. I think you're going to find some incredible experiences here as you go to write about this. But remember, it's number 6. It's not number 1. Do these steps along the way. And when you get to number 6, you'll find that you're much more open to discover who you are and what your purpose of life is. That's what we like to do here at 3 Key Elements. This is our mission. It's our purpose in life. To literally share what we've found with you to help save time, be able to help you find direction in your life. So subscribe here to our YouTube channel and I'll be sure to send you another great training video that'll help open up your mind and help dial in on that purpose. And also check us out at our website at 3keyelements.com. We have some great training courses we'd love to share with you there. So from Kirk and Kim and my family to you, hey, your life matters, and that's why we do what we do.